Hey everybody, welcome back to the Tribe of Nerds. Austin, Michael, and I are back for our most anticipated Survivor season coverage, I think, so far for a while. We're finally on Survivor Australia versus the World. It's so exciting to be here to talk about this milestone landmark season. What do you guys think going into this draft podcast?
I mean, first off, I didn't even notice Michael's got Justice for JLP, so I love that tag. Good man.
I don't know where it is, but yeah, Justice
Right.
for JLP. We'll never forget. We'll never get over it.
Yeah.
I definitely am like the more casual watcher of these two. So seeing this group, I'm like excited for my specific people that I'm like a big fan of. There's certain people that I either barely remember or I don't think I've ever watched. So I'm just excited to watch like people that are considered the greats of their like seasons and respected countries play each other. And I mean, JLP hosting this is like awesome. So I'm ready to get into this and watch this and hear your guys' thoughts on these players.
For sure. Michael?
Yeah, I'm so excited about this. This is the Survivor Olympics. This is the biggest season ever, even though it's the shortest season ever. So many big players back, so many players that we haven't seen play again. Like I'm super excited. Janine's back. Like Sarah's someone that I've wanted back for a long time, and then obviously, like and Rob, we spoke to Rob and
Yes.
Representing Survivor South Africa, and then obviously like the big hitters from US and Australia, and like Tony and Parvati again. Like I could watch Parvati play like every season. Just bring her back. She's the best.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I mean, that they pulled this group together. I mean, we could get into real quick people that probably should have been on this cast that aren't. I mean, Michael, you've got no one from the UK representing. Unfortunately, we have no Doug. We have no Matthew.
Oh yeah, right.
Chris.
Yeah. Yeah, there's four major snubs there that I think. I mean, maybe Pegleg. Like, I mean, there's some people that you could definitely have pulled from UK.
Lee.
Yeah.
Maybe if they like extended the cast a little more, because this is a smaller season. Like maybe if they wanted it to be more fuller, like not even full as an Australian full, but like maybe like even just a little longer. I'm sure they would have picked one person.
Yeah. I
am hoping that this is like the dry run for future versions of this kind of season that we get again, and we get like multiple versions where we can get more South African players. We can, get Dino in there, Marion, Werner. There's so many great players from South Africa you could get in, and then get UK in there. Like maybe that would be the thing that gets the BBC to bring it back if they can get some representation on a season like this. So hopefully this does really well, and they do it again at some point.
Yeah, I believe Matthew and Chris and Chappies from South Africa all told us when we talked to them that they all had been cut. At least I remember Chappies telling us that. I remember Chris saying that as well. And then Matthew, I think, was rumored to be on the cast and then wasn't. So, but
I remember seeing posts with him on it. I was like, what the heck? And then I remember seeing the official, and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Where the hell did he go?
I think, Ferris was on the original list as well, and then Ferris was gone. I
wonder if it was like last second or if they flew him out and they were alts or something. Like, I have no idea.
I think because Ferris teased that he was flying out as well in an Instagram video. I remember I was like, Ferris is going out. This is going to be exciting to see him and Kirby play together again. And then he came back and was like, oh, just joking, guys. We're like, Ferris, what?
I guess after looking at the three guys in Australian, I guess it's still really hard to fit in him anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, George, David, and Luke, that's pillar players right there. I mean, Ferris is up there, but he's probably in that mix of fourth. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's funny you mention that as well. The three guys on the Australian tribe. It's also interesting that it's not between male and female players. We have three male on the Australian tribe and 4 female players, and then what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, and same position on the other one. Yeah, it's
more women.
Interesting that it's not fight.
Yeah, that is crazy that they only have 6 men and 8 women. So
you would think they would have at least done 16 in a season like this, or at least cut 2 of these girls. But I mean, that's what they ran with.
Yeah, I don't know. It is interesting. And then I know going into this season, I mean, we'll talk about Tommy and Cassandra. Like, I mean, just like majority of people not in those countries, I don't think knew who these people were. And so like I remember when like the cast got released and like they picked these two over, the other people we've just mentioned. And now I'm like, I mean, after watching like Tommy's video, we'll talk about him later, but I was like, oh, I think I'm interested to see who this guy is. So but let's get into it. So basically it's going to work how all our other drafts have worked. So we're going to do a snake draft. The order is me, Michael, Austin, and then the snake draft. So Austin will pick twice in a row. Basically, Michael's just going to get cucked really hard.
The cuck in the middle.
I don't know if you guys remember. Isn't this how it worked? Our other draft, or was I second and Mike was third?
Like when I got all my players eliminated within the first 6 episodes or some shit, and then Kaylin saved my life.
Yeah, Kaylin saved you. It might have been the order, or maybe it is right. And Austin, you were second. It was. You guys either got reversed or it was the same.
Because I think you might be rigging this, Jake. This is kind of not fair.
I know. Yes, I'll pull up pictures as well when we talk about each person. And then 2 people are going to be leftovers. So we'll start with teams of 4. The 2 alternates, whoever the first 2 boots are, they will get replaced by the 2 alternates. So there's a chance, even if you lose the first 2 boots, you could still be in a good spot. So
are the 2 alternates just going to end up being Tommy and Cassandra? Do we think someone's gonna pick them?
Someone could. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't be shocked if we're gonna like take a risk on them. I know a little bit more about them from what I have heard, but like obviously I haven't gone and watched their seasons and I'm not going to, but like, I know somewhat a little more, but we'll talk about them when they get brought up. All right, so I guess it is me first, and you know what? I really just wanted to have a little fun, and that's my reasoning for this. I'm going with the Llama Whisperer himself. I'm going with Tony Vlachos as my
boy.
I just want to have fun and pick Tony. I love Tony. I think he's a wild man, and I enjoyed him since Kagion, and have him be the king of the jungle. And we'll talk about Luke later, but Tony is the king of the jungle. He's the second 2-time winner in the history of the show. He could have a huge target on his back. He probably will, and he'll probably overplay, but I love Tony, so I'll have so much fun with Tony no matter how long he lasts.
I think Tony's like maybe one of the people I'm most curious about seeing play, because I'm really not sure what his game looks like as a 2-time winner. And when he went out to play Game Changers, obviously he came out with a big target and he blew up his game. Going in Winners at War, he had a big target, but everyone was a winner, so he could mitigate that a little bit. Does he go back to Crazy Tony, or has he learned from that mistake long term? But is there anything he can do where people aren't just going to say, it's Tony, let's just get rid of the guy? But I really hope not, because I'd love to see Tony get a good run, because when you talk about the most entertaining players of US Survivor, Tony is like right up there. He's one of the absolute best.
Yeah, I had a feeling Jake was going to get Tony here because he absolutely loves Tony. He is a wild card aspect type player. You just don't know what to expect with him. So, I mean, the 2 runs that he won, obviously, he wild carded it all the way and got into great spots. But in his Game Changers run, I mean, it was pretty piss poor on his wild card aspect. Plus, his Traitors run was really wild also. I mean, he got targeted immediately just for being Tony. So,
True.
I mean, who knows what he's going to do on a cast like this where half the cast probably doesn't even really understand his, wildcat card atmosphere type style.
Yeah, I'm most interested to see him play with Luke because of the fact that Luke took the spy shot from him.
Yeah.
And so that'll be interesting to see them play together. Also Tony with like George and like, I don't know, David. I mean, there's so many people that Tony will be interesting with. Janine, I feel like I'm wondering how Janine is going to react to Tony. Like, I don't know. There's so many interesting combinations here that Tony could play with, and I'm going to love every single one. So, all right. So Tony is off the board. All right. So Michael, you are up next for the second pick of the draft.
Are we just doing one each, or are you going to do two? Would it not work to just do one each, where you go like Jake, me, Austin, Jake, me, Austin? Look at me just desperately trying to avoid the second pick for Jake.
We already decided on the snake draft, Michael.
Well, you just said it was my goal.
Well, I'm saying you are the second pick, so to go me, you, Austin, Austin, you, me.
Oh, I totally misunderstood. I thought you were getting two, and then Austin was getting two, and I was just tucked in the middle.
No.
Okay.
So,
it's so difficult. There's so many people I want to pick. I think if this person can kind of get through early game, they have a real shot. I might go for the other end of the coin with Tony and take my girl Parv. She is easily my favorite US player. I think she's the greatest US player. Sorry, Sandra. Sorry, Tony. I think Parvati she has no flaws in her game. The only flaw she has is that she has such a big target, but she always seems to do well regardless of it. Like I said, there's an uneven balance of men to women. Like, could the Black Widows get back together and Parv at the helm and take them out? Like I said, I'm probably most excited to see Parvati again because I could watch her on every season. I'm just nervous about it. She has Suri on her starting tribe, so that's another added little bonus for her.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, I'm gonna take Parvati.
That's a good pick.
You took my favorite player, bro.
Sorry,
Parvati.
Yeah, I see. Parvati's been on a lot too, so it's like it's kind of that thing that I have with like Aussie or Suri coming back for this and 50. And it's kind of like that with Parvati a little bit, where she's been on all these shows too. Now, Deal or No Deal Island, Traitors as well. But Parvati is a good player. I can't deny that. She knows how to like read people, and she knows how to get in with people, and she is very, very skilled at these games. So I think this is a cast that can work really well for Parvati, honestly. Like I am worried for the guys, especially because I think Parvati would absolutely take advantage of the guys having less numbers than the women.
She's going to stab their hearts and eat it and do all the Parvati things. And in my opinion, should have been a 2-time winner. She was robbed in Heroes vs. Villains.
That's very fair. That's a very fair take. I can't say I disagree. I think I probably lean towards agreeing with that, but
I mean, let's think about it. Parvati is the one who started the Girls Alliance to the end, right? With the Black Widow. So, I mean, you got unbalanced girls. What could happen? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can see it.
Very true. All right. So Parvati is off the board. Austin, who are you picking for your first round draft picks? We'll talk about them, and then you can pick your second round as well.
All right. I got to go with my favorite player left on the board. I mean, there's a few options that I'm sweating over, thinking I'm not going to get them on the way back. But, I mean, I'm Team South Africa, so I got to hit Rob. You are absolutely hitting my team, Rob. Come here.
Yeah. As Michael brought up, we have talked to Rob Bentley. He was so much fun to talk to. Rob understands this game. He was so dominant in Island of Secrets that, like, nobody could even, take a shot at him at all, because him and Nicole were just so in tandem together and running it. I am worried, like, is Rob going to be able to play from the bottom if he ends up going that way? That's my biggest concern for him, and obviously the guys being lower in numbers, but even in a shorter season, I mean, Rob is so good at these challenges early on that I feel like you kind of need that. I mean, especially I feel like the World Tribe needs someone like Rob for these challenges.
That's kind of why I'm like nervous for him in a weird way. Like I know I just picked him, but I'm nervous for him because he's very out there about, his game, his personality. Like when he won his game, he was always in a good spot. Like what happens if he's not in a good spot right off the gate or doesn't kick it off? Like what if they just go to tribal like once or twice immediately and they're just like, oh, let's get rid of him because he's gonna mastermind the rest of the game with challenges and his genuine like niceness to everybody because he's a good guy. I mean,
Yeah.
you see it in his game, everyone was just he was an obvious target, and people were just like, no, let's keep him around. Like I want to work with him. Bam, backstab. You know what I mean? So he's like, I don't know. I just love this guy. I love his game. That final 2 in his season 2 is so like good. Like him winning that just icing on the cake for me.
100%. Michael?
Yeah, again, what's so fun about this season is I'm so curious to see how players play in a situation they've not had to deal with. And I had the exact same thought of like, how does Rob play when he's not in complete control? And with the utmost respect to the people he had on his season, how does he play when he's against actual great players? Like we talked about I've never been more frustrated in my life. I'll bring it up again when Jacques played an idol and these idiots still put his name down despite the fact they couldn't vote for him because they were too scared to go against him. Like when he's playing with that level, fair enough, but how does he play against a Tony and a Parvati and all these other people? So I'm very curious to see how Rob does. I think he's one of the most interesting of that World Tribe to me of how his second game's gonna look.
Yeah, absolutely. I really hope Rob does South Africa proud because again, I want more South Africa representation to return. So
he has a lot on his shoulders. He's got to represent the nation,
Exactly. All right, South Africa is off the board. Austin, you got a second pick right in a row here.
Oh, so I could go 2 options here. I got 2 Australian players I really, really like. Literally one of them is like how I always envisioned I'd play a game. But you both got your USA players, so I think I need to grab the only one remaining, and I think I'm going to grab Surrey.
All right.
Isn't that funny that we haven't picked a single player from the Australian tribe yet? I thought they'd be gone first.
I know. Yeah, we all picked. Each of us have someone from the US, that is crazy.
I'm not trying to get left out, guys. Surrey, I mean, did she get screwed over in one season? In my opinion, yes. I mean, she gets screwed over
every season.
But, I guess like more than I guess. Yeah.
She never goes out normally.
I'm trying to think of a way out of that one, but I think she has been screwed in almost every season.
Yeah, it's
like Heroes versus Villains. Like Heroes versus Villains, she was just straight up sniped. But every other time it's been like brutal eliminations where she should have been fine.
Yeah, fire making super idol the first time, then final 3 instead of or final 2 instead of final 3, getting sniped out of the game by Tom and JT and Colby, and then advantage getting. So never gone out.
Like spots, like you just things you can't plan for, really.
Right. I listen. Cerise now going to be a 6-time player. This is her 5th time. We're going to see her again on 50. It's just a bit wild to me to have her back every time, but again, that's for a good reason because Suri is Suri. She is a legendary player. She won the Traitors after manipulating everybody to basically not take her out. Like, this woman knows how to play, so I don't think anyone can deny that. I think again, this cast can very much benefit Suri, and even if it didn't, I feel like Suri would find her way out of most situations, at least to get deeper into the game. So
I'm hoping she plays with Rob and Parvati, and I'm hoping that they get to the goddamn promised land. That's kind of how I'm hoping.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so all the U.S. players are off the board. Michael, you have your second pick.
So, who do I want from Australia? I'm kind of like... it's elephant in the room. we all love George. Like, we all want to pick George, but like, there's no way, right? There's no way he can do this again.
There's no way.
You know what? I will pray to the Macedonian Jesus. I will take the insane mad lad that is George. You know, he is a Survivor legend, and you know, when it comes to Survivor Australia, maybe its most iconic player. And what he did in Heroes versus Villains, I didn't give him a shot then either. I did not think for a second that George was going to make it out of the first week of Heroes versus Villains. Not only did he make it out of the first week, he dominated the season, even more so, and played a better game than he did his first time, which I don't think anyone had that on the cards for him. I don't know how he did it. I don't see him doing it again, but if anyone can, George can.
Yeah. I had the pleasure to meet George twice in Orlando because he's been to Over the Edge twice. He even flirted with me, so thank you, George. But George is masterful. Both of his games are fun to watch, but especially the Heroes versus Villains game. That Tribal Council was pure insanity. I've shown it to family members, to friends who have never seen Australian Survivor, and they're amazed every single time. So I think George is pretty much screwed here unless he finds an idol. But again, he's made it out of all these situations before, so why not here as well? So,
I mean, that's a great pick just because he's been dealt with being on a bottom and working his way out of it before. So, I mean, yeah, maybe he's just in a screwed ass spot, but like he's gonna work his ass off to get up there. I mean, hasn't he played with Shonee before on Heroes vs. Villains? So, I mean, he has that.
And I don't think so.
Yeah,
so
she's already vowed she's going to get revenge on him. They've shown it.
Okay, well then George is in even more of a pickle than I thought.
He didn't only vote her out of the game; he voted her off the jury. Like he completely choked Shoney's game. Like I don't see that happening.
Yeah, there's no way. I don't even think they talk to this day at this point. Like I think there's been rumors that
they're gonna be really excited to see each other on this cast on the first day. George is fun. He knows the game very well. I mean, he's gonna do whatever he has to do to keep himself alive. So I mean, that was a good pick. I could see him doing well. I could also see him not doing well. So I'm excited to see him.
Yeah. Always excited to see people we have connections to. So both of those people are now off the board, and Rob and George. So interesting. All right. So we have 5 people picked. So I have 2 picks in a row here. My first pick, I'm going to go with someone who, again, I think this cast is going to benefit her. And also, again, we just mentioned her. I'm going with Queen Shonee. I have to take her off the board. Shonee is the Australian player that has played the most, and she's played the most days as well. Like she's made the merge every single time. She is a great player, especially socially. I mean, nobody dislikes Shonee, and she always seems to find that one person to be her like BFF, and then like they become this really dangerous pair. And you know, more often than not, it works out for either her pair or her to make it pretty far. I mean, Liz won the game in Heroes versus Villains, and then you know her and Fenella made it pretty far, and then All Stars 2 was aligned with Nick and Harry, which I guess it didn't work out particularly well for them, but she made it pretty deep there too. So I look forward to seeing Shonee work her way in with these people because I think she can do it.
I mean, I keep looking at this cast, and connection-wise, I could see her doing well with certain players. Like her and Parvati, like I almost feel like they're definitely going to have some sort of connection, whether it's good or bad. They're either going to go off on each other or they're going to be very close. I almost feel like, I mean, Sarah maybe even. I don't remember her game very well, but she rubs me off as someone who might want to work with a Shonee. So, I mean, at the end of the day, I could see her doing well, so I like that pick. And, I mean, she's impressive in her games. So, yeah, good mid pick there.
Yeah. Michael?
I mean, Shonee's amazing. And, like, she always makes it really far into the game. She had a big target every time, and she just makes it deep because people just like hanging out with her. She seems like a really fun person. And yeah, I could totally see Shonee immediately throwing George under the bus.
Yeah.
I think if they could unite on George as like an easy first boot, as long as George doesn't get an idol, I could see Shonee from there kind of insulating herself well enough. Like, who would be? She always has an alliance with a cool name. Like, who's going to be her person? Like, maybe like a Kirby. That would be fun.
Ooh.
Oh yeah,
I'd like that.
Also, like, she's played with David.
Yep.
She's given David $1 million. So, like, there was also that great quote when she voted out Shane, where it's like, I already gave you $1 million, or $500,000. I don't want to do it again. So maybe she votes out David and uses the same quote. That would be fun.
Oh, that'd be fun too. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really excited about Shonee. I think she's very well deserving of being the most returning player in Survivor Australia, because she's just pure content and she's hilarious.
Pure Shontent.
Yeah, yes.
Oh my god.
I can't take credit for that one. I'm pretty sure they've used that, but you know what? Whatever. All right, so now I get a second pick in a row here, and I picked one King of the Jungle. Why not take the other King of the Jungle? Let's go with Luke Toki. And so as a character, I think Luke is an amazing character on the show. I'm excited to watch him. Luke also always manages to make it pretty deep. He very well almost won his second season. And he does it by having fun and causing chaos, and that's all we can ask for. And also just doing it for his family. Like, that's it's pretty awesome. So and with all the friends Luke has here, on his tribe specifically, like, I think Luke is set up for another deep run.
Yeah, I kind of feel like there is an unfair advantage to certain players on the Australia tribe if they go down relationship routes. So, like, obviously David and Luke are super tight. David knows Sarah from like modeling pre-Survivor,
And Luke and
so
Sarah
that's
played
a connection
together.
they can pull on. Like, Janine's obviously played with Luke as well. Like, there's a natural four there that could come together. So I do think, and especially when they all have big targets on their back, a season like this, it's the perfect thing to just fall into the natural alliance that forms to keep yourself safe in the early game, because no one wants to go early on this season.
No.
So yeah, I could see Luke getting through to the merge just from his connections alone. And as a player, yeah, super excited to see Luke back. It was disappointing when he wasn't on All Stars, because he absolutely should have been, but he just played 2 seasons in a row. He could do like another one.
Yeah, no, that would have been insane. Austin?
Luke, dude, first off, nice haircut, bro. We kind of got the similar curls going. You're a little better layered though, so I give it to you. But second off, I only watched one of your 2 seasons, and I already liked you on your first, so I can only imagine watching this one and your second season. So definitely excited to see how you do on this cast, and I guess it sounds like you have great connections already. So hopefully we see you long term.
Yeah, I'd be shocked if there's a world where Luke is an early boot on this season. I think the only way that happens is if he gets idled out of the game. But we'll see. We'll see. All right.
I think also, like, even as like popular as he is, I think David would be the natural target before Luke. Like, so I also insulated in that way.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. All right. So that is Luke off the board. Michael, you got your third pick.
So there's someone I want to pick, but do I just go with the content? I've already taken George, and I kind of feel like it's a disgrace that the Golden God is still sat up there on the table. Like, how's it got this deep into the draft? We're just not picking them because it's like, how can they make it far again? And I'm just gonna hope I'm left with someone I wanna pick. So I'm gonna take the Golden God. Why not? Because like you said about Luke, sorry, he is quite well insulated. So I'm taking David. Look at that man. He's making it far. And hey, rumors are we're looking at the new host of Survivor Australia. So maybe it's because he wins. Maybe like he got the job because he wins this season, and it's like, you win the job and you win the season, you win the job.
Low key, that would actually be crazy.
Yeah, well, especially because he just won like what $6 million on Dondi. Like, dude has already won a bunch of money. So
dude can stop playing. He can stop.
Yeah, I'd be shocked if David wins like a third game and a second season of Survivor, but a third game overall. Like I think that David has a humongous target on his back, but he's the golden god. He's going to make it entertaining. He knows what reality TV is from an entertainment perspective, and he's going to make some big moves. He's, again, someone who is going to be physically strong in these challenges, someone that they're going to want to keep around, especially if the other tribe has Rob. Like, I mean, and, you know, Parvati's really good at the challenges. So, I mean, like, I think David's someone you kind of need to keep in the first couple rounds at least, but I'm definitely nervous for him.
Can I ask on David, do we know if this filmed first or Deal or No Deal Island filmed first?
Deal or No Deal Island filmed first.
Yeah.
So that's also interesting. So he's going to have a connection to Parvati there as well. Like maybe there's another connection. Like this guy has connections everywhere. If he can shake the immediate target on his back, I think he has options like across the game for him.
Yeah, I'm wondering if Parvati will expose him, honestly. Because she
would they be allowed to talk about it? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Actually, they might not.
Yeah, just because when they do it, like the season hasn't aired yet, so
True.
You know what I mean.
True.
Who knows? Plus, they actually all have to get to a merge before Parvati can even start dethroning King David here. So
yeah, absolutely. Again, excited to see him. I'd love to see another Daisy type move just as much as I'd like to see another Fraser type move from George. So because those are the two best Australian Survivor tribals, in my opinion, best moves that we've ever seen. So all right. So David is off the board. We're losing a lot of the big players. So Austin, you've got 2 in a row. Who are you doing for your third pick?
God, I was absolutely going David next. So now I got to rethink my strategy here. I'm definitely going to pick my next favorite. She's still on the board.
Yeah.
And I absolutely have to because I was hoping this person won their original season. So I'm absolutely hitting up Kirby. She's got to be on my team. I was a big fan of her game. Her messiness with Ferris. I mean, I got to have her on my team.
Yep. Let me pull up her picture. All right. There it is. All right. Yeah, Kirby is such an entertaining player. I was so happy to see her on the cast list. I really was hoping to be Ferris versus Kirby again. That's what I thought we were getting. And that's a little bit devastating to not have them both back here.
One day. I have a feeling one day we will.
I hope so. But Kirby's a no-brainer. I mean, Titans versus Rebels is such a good season, so well received, that I would have been shocked if we didn't get a representative from that season on this season.
I think she's a perfect one, too. If it's not Ferris, I mean, got to get the next horse of the season, right?
Yep. It's just insane. Yeah. Michael?
100%. Like, Kirby, that it was the kind of two-headed dragon of that season. Like, Kirby versus Ferris was so much fun. And I'm so excited to see Kirby play again. She's such a smart player, but also she's such a calm player. Like, she doesn't get rattled. She doesn't stress. She's very calm and calculated. Like, I get to see her doing really well. I feel like you put her in any season and she more often than not does well. So, and especially even though she is a big player and a big threat, there's bigger threats on the tribe in terms of perceived threats. So even though she's one of the best strategic minds I think out there, I think she can still fly under the radar a little bit and not be an immediate target. I'd be very surprised to hear Kirby's name come up in the early game even once.
Yeah, she's incredible. It even shocks me thinking back, like usually an Australian Survivor will have like two players go head to head and either one or both are going to go out pre-merge, but it just wasn't the case with Ferris and Kirby, and they spent the whole season having this rivalry. So, I mean, and this friendship, like it was just it was just so incredible to watch all season long.
Well, let's be honest. They probably should have, like, Kirby probably should have attacked Ferris way earlier, and Ferris probably should have gotten rid of her. But the thing was, they worked so well together.
Yeah.
With also having that, against each other, everyone knows it. Like, they just kind of snuck that all the way through, which obviously helped Ferris in the long run. But like, she's so good at being sneaky, and in a game of Survivor, if you're good at that aspect of this game, keeping like sneaky allies, like, you're gonna do well. So I'm rooting for her.
Yeah, absolutely. I think she had never watched the show before she went on.
That's more
wild.
Yeah. So, and she was just naturally that good at the game.
Yeah.
So, all right, Kirby is off the board. Austin, yeah, you get your last pick of the draft.
So this is my dilemma here. I've either never watched any of these players play, or I don't remember their games at all. So I'm like, this is like, I'm looking at these 5 and I'm like, who do I think is either going to connect the best, or like, just who do I think is going to do really well with a cast like this? And I'm literally going based off of that aspect and vibes, and I'm just going to choose Sarah for my team.
Oh.
No.
Pick.
I thought I could be sneaky. I thought he doesn't know Sarah very well. He's not going to pick her. That was my next pick.
Well,
So,
I look at her and I'm like, she could work with Shonee. I feel like she could work with Parvati, maybe Suri. Like, I don't know. I feel like she's going to be a wild card, like, player in my head, because I don't know her game. So she gives me that vibe that she could talk her way into doing well.
Yeah, absolutely agree. She was my next pick too, and I was like, she's just naturally, again, good at the game. She's an attractive looking woman. You know, she can use that to her advantage. She did in her season. And
on my team, come on.
Yeah, like I feel like she eventually got targeted for people realizing that she was a threat. And also because then her and Jericho and Luke tried to pull off they did pull off the Tessa blindside, and then didn't realize that the fallout of that was going to be so massive. But again, she is someone, she has the connections with Luke and David, and they can just pull in Janine. And honestly, I mean, we could also honestly have Sarah kind of wavering, because I could see Sarah being someone that like George maybe tries to pull in to work with him. I don't know. Like, it could go either way. She could go with Shonee. So I very much see a deep run for Sarah here, and it's good to finally have her back.
Yeah, I was going to pick Sarah. I think she's another player that I just don't see her being a target at all very early on. I think she's like almost guaranteed to have a good run. She has so many connections, and also not like that threat level quite that of the people she's there with, so she can, fly under the radar a little bit and get through the early game and have options all across the board. I could see Sarah doing very well. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if that's a potential winner pick. I considered getting her early, but I was like, maybe people won't pick her.
I knew that strategy, Mike. I seen it in your eyes.
We were all thinking the same thing at this point. All right, Sarah is off the board. We have 4 people left. Michael, who are you picking for your last pick?
I mean, this is a steal. This is an absolute steal.
I know where you're going for.
I'm sad that I didn't get Sarah. I wanted her on the team, but to this late in the draft, get to pick one of the greatest one-time players in Survivor history, the godmother, Janine. She is incredible. You already had the image lined up.
Yes, I knew you were picking Janine.
Dirty Harry is my favorite player, and a big part of that is Janine. You have to have the opposite side of the coin, and Harry versus Janine is one of the greatest Survivor rivalries, and Janine is just so good. She is so good at the game, and for a player who does not need to be there, she's there for the pure love of the game. She's the owner of Boost Juice. She's multi-millionaire. She's totally fine. So to send herself out there on the island just to push herself and just to prove she can do it, and she dominated that season until it got the 6, and it was like, we should probably get rid of the godmother.
Yeah. It's so good to finally see Janine back. She, again, should have been on All Stars, but she has boost juice. She runs her own business and makes a lot of money already, so it just wasn't going to happen. But, like, it's a huge, like, it's even a huge shock that they finally were able to get Janine to say yes to coming back. So I'm so glad to see her here.
You almost have to if you're did so well. Like, I've never watched her season, so I don't know, but I mean, if she did so damn well and she got, asked, I'm sure she was like, yeah, I'm going. So I'll be excited to watch her play here.
Yeah, I think it's the shorter season that got her to say yes, because Australian Survivor is so long normally. Like, I understand she wouldn't want to go out there for 50 days or 45 days or whatever it is.
If a shorter season is the price we have to pay to get Janine back on the show finally, I'm willing to accept a shorter season. It gives us the godmother back on our screens. I'm so excited. She didn't like the title of the godmother. She preferred the perfume scorpion, but that didn't stick. We're saying the godmother. Sorry, Janine.
Yeah. We're sticking with the godmother. All right. Janine is off the board, and I have my last pick of the draft. So we have Tommy from Survivor Finland, Cassandra from Survivor Quebec, and Lisa from Survivor New Zealand.
We know who you're picking.
Cut to the chase.
Do you? I mean, I'm gonna go for an interesting pick. I don't know if I have watched Lisa play. She is a super fan. We'll talk about her in a moment, but I'm gonna go with Tommy.
Oh.
So I am gonna go with someone who people wouldn't expect me to. I've never watched this guy play, but I guess he goes by the Wolf. Hence why he has a wolf on his shirt. But I guess he I saw his intro video, and he talked about how, like, I guess he made it to the end of Survivor Finland, and then people on the jury thought he was talking too much about numbers and not caring about people, so they didn't vote him to win. And so I think he is a big player, clearly, from the way he talked, and I'm sure Cassandra is as well, but I don't know. Like, I'm impressed, and I think I was worried about, like, okay, I mean, are Cassandra and Tommy going to be in trouble because, everyone else is like an English-speaking survivor, so, like, are they going to be at a little bit of a disadvantage? But they seem to be fluent, so, like, that's really good. So, I'm interested to see how Tommy does, and we'll talk about Cassandra, but clearly they picked him for a reason.
Yeah, I think I like the aspect sometimes of going into a returning season as like a lone wolf, haha. But he he has no connections coming into this, so it either is obvious, it's an obvious red flag sometimes, or it's a green flag for someone to work with, right, and build new connections and build trust. So, I mean, there's 4 of those players on this tribe, so I mean, knock on wood, maybe they all chat, you know what I mean? They know there's 3 US. So I mean, all these ones are kind of wild card picks because you don't know. Are they gonna be flippers that emerge? Are they gonna, you know what I mean? So I mean, I'm excited just to see them all because I really haven't seen like the last 3 here. So yeah, Tommy, wish you well, and I'm ready to watch.
Yeah. Michael?
Yeah, I think these the lesser known players are going to maybe be some of the most interesting, because also going out there, they have something to prove. Like, he's a Survivor legend in his own right. He's clearly done well, and he's made it onto this cast, but people don't perhaps give him the respect that they give to the other players. So I imagine he's going to go out there and show people why he deserves to be there. So that's potentially going to make for an exciting season if he can get a grasp on the game. And I'm so curious, way more curious about how the dynamic's going to work on the World Tribe, where do the non-US players come together and say, hey, we can take them out? Do the US players even want to stick together? Do they bring in someone from these single country players to bring in and get a majority? So I think as long as they don't gang up on the people that are less well known within the community, he could be someone that finds his spot and has a good run at it. But it's always exciting to see someone that I have very little information on. So I'm interested to see how he plays.
For sure. All right, so that is our picks. Let's talk about the alternates, though, because I don't want to leave them out of it, because two of us, or maybe one of us, will just lose two people, and then we'll have to pick both of them. But let's start with someone who I did watch her season. I did watch Survivor New Zealand. I watched both seasons, but Lisa is the winner of Survivor New Zealand season 2. So some background on Lisa. She was the super fan, like the mom that was like very underestimated. She found herself in the majority through most of the game, and then she did start making moves once they merged. She had to steal a vote. She used it, got rid of someone from the other side with it, and then her biggest move is at the final 6. She had two friends who actually knew each other, and she managed to convince one of the friends to turn on the other one and help blindside them at the final 6 in like a 3-2-1 vote. And the guy who was blindsided out of the friend group, he had an idol in his pocket, I believe.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So she is a great player, like, and she deservedly won. It was like 4-3-0, so she only won by 1 vote. But like her convincing two friends to one of them to turn on the other one is iconic and very, very good strategically. She's also like a fan of RHAP because she wore an RHAP Rob is a Podcast shirt to the finale where she won. So like that's iconic as well. So I like Lisa. It's just like I'm not sure where she's going to fit here. I do think in her interview she talked about how she loves Suri. So she could very well just align with Suri. So maybe she gets pulled in with the Black Widows and makes it at least to merge again.
Yeah, I mean, being a fan, like, and knowing the players, like, especially on a tribe where the USA players are like the minority, like that comes in handy for Lisa to be a swing vote here if the other 3 end up not wanting to work with the US, A players. So, I mean, it's gonna be an interesting, watch. I don't have any thoughts on Lisa because I've never watched her game, but
right.
I almost see her being also like not well in a spot unless she does play with the USA, just based on vibes and looking at the cast. So I'm excited to see her, especially as a fan. Like if she's that big of a fan, she knows like the lore of Survivor, then I'll be more excited to see that also.
Yeah, for sure. Michael?
I'm kind of taking Lisa as part of Team Michael because if George blows up and he does go out in a blaze of glory, I'm taking Lisa.
Yeah.
So I kind of take her by proxy. I'm quite sad she didn't get drafted because I do think she deserved to. She is a great player, and I think she's a super fan, but potentially one that isn't going to come in with the reputation of a super fan. I don't know how familiar the other players are going to be with Lisa. So she could absolutely find her spot, and I could see her having a good run in her and getting in there with, maybe the US players or maybe some kind of cross-country alliance. You know what would be interesting? I could see Tony saying like, "Screw, I'm not working with the US people," and Tony getting like a rest of the world tribe going with Lisa and Rob.
That'd be sweet.
So I think Lisa could do very well if she can. I think the only issue she has is the same as the Finland player and Tommy and Cassandra. Like maybe just we don't know these people. Let's just take them as an easy board. If she can avoid that, I think she could go deep.
Yeah, I like her. Again, I watched her play when I binged New Zealand earlier this year. But I think if whoever loses one, I think Lisa might be the one that gets picked up unless we get good vibes from our last player here, who is from Survivor Quebec. So it is Cassandra or Cass. I guess she apparently came in second as well, similar to Tommy. I guess her game wasn't as well respected either. I don't know too much else, but I mean, again, she was a big enough player and picked for a reason. So I'm interested to see how Cass ends up doing.
Yeah, kind of same as Tommy, where it just depends. I don't know what she's going to be like as a player, but I'm very curious to see how these, players that people are less familiar with do. And yeah, maybe she can get it. Maybe she could be a Black Widow.
Yeah.
We could run it back, and she could join that. I think if I was a female player and I was on a tribe with Parvati, that's definitely what I'd be pushing for. So maybe that's something she can do. But yeah, we'll see how she goes.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, I can theorize all day on what I think she could do because I think there's options for sure. Just being, the good-looking girl on a tribe full of legends in their own respect. Also, so yeah, I'm excited. I mean, how many days did she play? Like 60 in her one season or some crazy?
Something like that. I had heard she played a long time, and Survivor Quebec is apparently like 60 episodes.
So, like, when you're playing a long Survivor game, like 2 months worth, I mean, that's righteous in its own way. So, I mean, she knows how it feels to go long. So she already is ready for this, right? So, I don't know. There's little timbits that give me hope, but yeah, I'm excited to see her play.
Yeah.
One thing that just brought up to me though is like, will she be able to adapt to a much quicker game? That if you're playing for 60 days, that's a slow, steady, pace yourself kind of game. And this season is going to be as soon as they hit the beach, it's on. So like, can she adapt to that? I think that's going to be interesting to see from her.
Absolutely.
Good point.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean that is the cast of Survivor Australia versus the World. So just to recap where the teams stand, Team Jake is Tony, Shonee, Luke, and Tommy. Michael, your team is Parvati, King George, the Golden God David, and Godmother Janine. And Austin, your
team. They all have nicknames. They're the best. The Black Widow, the Golden God, King George, the Godmother. Why? Best team.
Yeah, and then Team Austin, your team is Rob Bentley, Sari, Kirby, and Sarah. So, and then Lisa and Cass are the alternates. So, eventually, one of us or two of us will pick both up. So, to replace someone. I'm so excited. I do hope, because there are spoilers out there for everybody. So please be careful. Do not get spoiled on anything that's out there. I'm hoping that the season actually goes completely the opposite of what potential spoilers are saying. So we'll see. I feel like
I'm so happy to be unspoiled. I live in my little unspoiled world.
Yes, I feel like there's been seasons where they've claimed they're spoiled, and then there's some things that go the complete opposite. So it could happen.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Yeah. Any final thoughts on this draft before we head into the season next week?
Just so excited for this season. It feels like this is our Avengers Endgame for Survivor.
Yes, absolutely. Austin?
Just excited to see these guys again and girls. I mean, this is a stacked cast. Might not know roughly half of their games, but the other half I definitely know. And I mean, if they're legends, the other ones are considered legends of their respected, series, then game on.
Yeah. So basically I believe they've said it's going to be 5 weeks. It's going to be 2 episodes a week, supposedly. I don't think Channel 10 has officially given a statement officially, but I've seen other fan accounts that have claimed that they know it's 2 episodes a week and 5 weeks. So we'll be here every Friday. So come subscribe, like, comment, share, all that good stuff. And we'll see you next week for more Australian Survivor versus the World on the Tribe of Nerds.